Okay, okay, okay. What a day in sports, ladies and gentlemen. Week 7 recap. Now, personally, I went 7-4 on my picks. The picks that I missed were the Falcons over the Lions. I predicted Stafford would do better than that. Chargers got beat by the Jets. Didn't see that one coming, especially when they were leading 21-10 at the half. Rex Ryan gets the last laugh there. Chicago beating Tampa Bay. Didn't see that coming. London game, Matt Forte, great job. Some former Cowboys, I'm a Dallas native, some former Cowboys, Marion Barber getting a touchdown run, and Roy Williams getting that pass. And let's see. Kansas City. Kansas City over Oakland. Smashed them. Rangers with the last out. By David Murphy. Just Raiders getting stomped. 6 interceptions by the Kansas City Chiefs defense. Just a great effort. Way to come out. Beat up a divisional rival. Kyle Boulder got pulled in the second half, and Carson Palmer couldn't do much better. It's also they each threw 3 interceptions. Washington and Carolina. Great play by Cam Newton. This guy is a show. I mean, he's probably the most exciting player in football. Now, I like Aaron Rodgers. I'm more of a textbook guy, but I love exciting players like Cam Newton, Tim Tebow. Love Tim Tebow. Michael Vick, just great athletes. I love them. I love to watch them go out and play and show them how to win a game. John Beck did good. Put up some good stats. He had a rushing TD. Just a solid play. Didn't turn over the ball too much. I think he had 1 interception. But the ugly game of the afternoon was the Browns against the Seahawks. Now, I told you this one was going to be ugly. I told you that the most exciting player wasn't playing, and he didn't. Charlie Whitehurst with the start, and just sloppy. Colt McCoy threw 1 interception. No really positives there. 2 blocked kicks. Kept them in the game, kept the Seahawks in the game, but still, obviously not enough, as the Browns take that one 6-3. Atlanta and Detroit, I watched this one, and I was really disappointed about how the Lions played the game. You got to get Johnson the ball more. I know they were struggling to establish the run that could open up the pass game, but you got to throw it up to Johnson. The O-line needs to protect Matthew Stafford better, and hurt his knee towards the end of the game. They're going to check on that. I'll update you with that later in the week if he's able to play. He said that he would play all 16 games this year because he hasn't done that since he was drafted. Good win for Atlanta. They needed an away win, and they keep the streak alive. If Michael Turner gets the ball 20 or more times, then they're 3-0, now 4-0. And Michael Turner did a great job. Denver and Miami. Holy cow. What a homecoming game for Tebow, right? It scores 15 points in the last 4 minutes, I think it was. 5 minutes, let's just say 5 minutes, but I think it was shorter. Scores 15 points in the last 5 minutes. Tony Sperano, what are you doing going for that 2-point conversion? It's like you want to get fired and get like a severance package or something. Just horrible coaching on Tony's part. And I told you he'd get fired soon, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened mid-season this week. But Tebow leads the comeback, the strip sack in overtime, and a 52-yard kick by Prater. Prater, right? Prater, I think so. Correct me in the comments if it's not Prater for the Broncos kicker. Great win. Did it dirty, but that's Tebow's game. That's Tebow's game. I also was watching the Jets and the Chargers game. What the freak, man? Phillip Rivers 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. You never want to see that. Ryan Matthews, Mike Tolbert, I'm sorry. I mean, Tolbert ran the ball. He had a couple of good runs, but they really weren't effective. And the Jets, Plaxico Burress getting 3 touchdowns, 4 catches for 25 yards. He's a red zone threat. Why don't they go to him more often? Sanchez, what are you thinking? And he missed a wide open Holmes. Oh, got to get those throws. You got to get them. Chicago Bears and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, Chicago, pay the man. Pay the man. Matt Forte is your offense. Without Forte, you're like the Colts without Manning right now. You're sitting at 0-6. They're about to get beat again by the Saints. I'm sorry, I'm watching the Rangers game as well. World Series, baby. We got to get this one tied up 2-2. Anyways, Matt Forte did it. Roy Williams did it. As I said earlier, Marion Barber did it. They spread the ball around. Great job. Freeman, 4 interceptions. You're not going to win too many games when you throw 4 picks. Just saying. And the slaughterhouse, that is Houston killing Tennessee Titans 41-7. They pulled Matt Hasselbeck and put in Jake Locker. Coach's decision. Matt's not hurt, but they did it because they want to give Locker some experience. So Matt Hasselbeck still the starter. And Arian Foster, holy cow, 3 touchdowns on the day. I have him on my fantasy team. You can't pick him up because he's most likely not a free agent if you're playing with people that actually know about football. But if you got him, start him. Doing great. I know he had some injuries, but he's back on track like he never left. Super Bowl rematch, Pittsburgh and Arizona. 95-yard touchdown by Mike Wallace. Franchise record for the longest pass play in Steelers history. Ben Roethlisberger getting it done. Great quarterback. I know a lot of people don't like him because of off-field stuff, and maybe he's not your typical Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Got to throw him in there now. But he gets the job done. He's hard to take down. He can move around in the pocket. Mobile, can take a hit. Durable. He can play through injuries, unlike Romo. But we won't get down there. We won't go down there. I always said Romo was a poor man's Big Ben, and I think he is, even though he played well today. Arizona, Kevin Kolb tried to come back. They were close for a little bit, but Pittsburgh, everyone's saying they're old. They're getting old. I don't know what they're talking about. Yes, they are, but they're still doing good. They're still winning games, obviously. They had a little slump, but that's over with now. Kansas City and Oakland. I don't even really want to talk about this one anymore. Two interceptions returned for touchdowns. Carson Palmer doesn't want to throw his first touchdown to the other team. I can tell you that much. But he's still. You can take away positives from Palmer's second half start. And Raider fans, I know it's easy to hate the trade right now, but just give it time. Next week, they have the bye week, I'm pretty sure. But after that, they'll come back, and they'll come back stronger. Darren McFadden will figure out what's wrong with him and see if he can go. Darren McFadden and Carson Palmer with Haywood Bay. You got a team going. And they're still young, minus Palmer. Palmer's 31, but he can still play. Dallas and St. Louis. I saw highlights. Honestly, I did not see this game, but I saw a lot of highlights. And DeMarco Murray, rookie out of Oklahoma, Texas Tech, got wrecked by Texas Tech. What are you thinking, Oklahoma? But anyways, rookie out of Oklahoma, DeMarco Murray, sets franchise record for most rushing yards in a game. 253, I think it was. But had a 91-yard touchdown run. Just a beast. Here's trivia. Who was the longest rushing touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys? It happened on Monday Night Football. Put your answer in the comments below and you might win a prize. But Just great running back. Tashard Choice, I thought they were going to trade him. I thought they should have traded him. You could have at least gotten a third round out of him, maybe even a second. Who knows? But, update. Jonathan Vilma recovered a fumble against Indy. I'm going to be flipping back and forth between that game and the Rangers. But Dallas did good. They were expected to win, and they did. They should have won, and they did. They creamed them. St. Louis, St. Louis is bad with Sam Bradford, and they're even worse without him, it looks like. Steven Jackson scored the only touchdown for the Rams, and Steven Jackson is a beast. He's a beast. He's a strong, physical runner, but it's hard for the running back to shine in an offense that isn't there. Green Bay and Minnesota. Ponder, I'm going to talk about Ponder for a while. The rookie out of Florida State. In his first start, goes out and throws 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, both intercepted by Charles Woodson. And both kind of on the same play, basically. A little out route, and Woodson cuts under him. But there's a lot of positives to take away from Ponder. I mean, he was managing the game, almost came back, found his receivers, learned from his mistakes, and handed the ball off to Peterson, which is what you need to do. And Colts quarterback Curtis Painter fumbles the snap, and that's what Jonathan Vilma recovered. Great play by Kinsler. And we're going into the bottom of the second. But if I'm Minnesota, I'm kind of mad that I didn't start this guy earlier. If he can do this to the... I know the Packers' defense is overrated, and they aren't as good as what they seem, but they are still a quality defense. The linebacking core, Raji up front, and then Nick Collins. I know he's injured, but... Excuse me. You got Charles Woodson, you got Pepper back there, and, of course, the linebackers, Hawk and Matthews. They're a great defense. And Ponder really kind of picked them apart at times. He got Vashante Shenko involved in the offense, and that's what I think they need. And even their best receiver wasn't even playing for most of the game. Harvin went out early. Michael Jenkins stepped up. He played. Adrian Peterson got a little hurt. We'll figure out what happened to him. And he was just doing a great job. Vashante Shenko is one of my favorite tight ends. And McNabb wasn't really getting him involved in the offense, which I think was the problem. And that's pretty much it for my Week 7 overview. I probably won't get on and talk later about Indy, but I'll probably do that tomorrow or Tuesday night whenever I talk about the Baltimore game. But World Series Game 4 tonight, Rangers are down 2-1. Cardinals are up 2-1. Marcus Colston, 14-yard TD pass from Drew Brees. Fantasy players update. Marcus Colston, I predict him to have a great game, a big one. The Colts, as we all know, are struggling without Manning. I know I'm struggling to watch them without Manning. And, it's going to be interesting if they go without Manning for the whole season and they get the first-round pick. Do they take Luck and trade Manning? Do they trade out of the spot? I don't know yet. But, we never know. Great talking to you. I hope you watch my video. This has been my Week 7 overview. Go Rangers. And I will see you next time. You heard it here first. From First Captain, baby.